One step closer, guys. One step closer. One step closer to getting that 20th league title, that Premier League title that we so badly need this season. We are 4 wins away from lifting that trophy. 4 wins away. 1-0 against Everton last night, Merseyside Derby. And it wasn't a great game. I'll be honest with you guys. I'll be absolutely honest. It wasn't a great game at all. The first half, we were very drab. We got a little bit better the second half, controlled the ball a little bit more. Everton wanted to play us into that scrap. They wanted to play us into that game that they wanted. Just exactly like last time at Goodison. And it worked last time. Last night, it didn't really work as such. Liverpool controlled the game. Liverpool still give up a few chances again. Beto caused Van Dijk and Konate problems. Wasn't really convinced of what was going on there with Van Dijk and Konate at the back. It happens. Sometimes you have bad games. Sometimes you make mistakes. It is what it is. It's just like Van Dijk said in the interview after. Look, sometimes I make mistakes. I'm not going to be perfect every single game, but what he is the best centre back in the world. So we can let him get away with 1 or 2 mistakes. And it didn't cost us. Beto missed his chance at the post. Thought he caused problems all night. Beto, I thought he was the main danger, obviously. And O'Brien was pretty good on the wing as well for Everton. Other than that, Liverpool pretty much controlled the game. They weren't amazing, and it seemed to be the same again as it was before the international break. And this is why there is worries and there is doubts in the Liverpool fan base of like, we could drop off a little bit because this sort of performance has been happening for the last couple of months now, and the PSG games and the Newcastle games specifically, where we got punished for the performances. Last night we got the job done, and I'm so glad. By the way, I'm so glad that it was against them. I'm so glad it was against them. Let's have a quick drink of a cup of tea because it's so much better after the morning after a win, and especially a Merseyside Derby win. When they're set up to play like that, I'm going to talk about the Tarkowski thing. I'm going to talk about the referee's performance. And I'm also going to talk about things that need to be addressed as well, and also who performed well for Liverpool as well. Let's start with some positives. Let's talk about Luis Diaz. Let's talk about Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz has not been great for the majority of the season. Started off the season fantastically well. Started to show the form that we want to see from Luis Diaz, the one that what we all want to see, and the one that pretty much put Mane up top, that forced Mane to go up top. And I remember going down on record saying Diaz, when we first bought him, Diaz has the potential to be Mane levels. And he had the potential to be Mane levels. He showed absolute class when we signed him. But again, this season started off fantastically. But then majority of the season, he has been absolutely crap. He's been crap. And I'm not beating around the bush here. He's been absolutely crap. But last night we saw finally the best of Diaz. We saw this guy that was confident to run at players, to take players on. He's brilliant at dribbling. Still a bit iffy on his end product, but the dribbling and the ability to take players on, he can do that. It just doesn't do it enough. And has it come too late in the season for him? What I mean by that is there's already talked about him potentially going in the summer. Barcelona potentially getting for him. Other teams are going to look for him as well. And I'm thinking, is it too late in the season for him to turn around what people think of him? Because we have seen this before. We have seen this Luis Diaz before, where he can do this. He can play like this, but then he'll have 5 or 6 bad games in a row, and it's no consistency there. And this is why I think a lot of Liverpool fan base are sitting back and thinking, I won't be too disheartened if Diaz were to leave. That's what the majority of the Liverpool fan base are thinking, and it's because we don't see enough of that last night. That's the Diaz we need to see consistently. It doesn't have to be every single week because it's hard to play at that level every single week. We've got to see much more consistently than he has done. He's been shit since about, I want to say, September, and that's 2 months into the season. That's how bad he's been since about September, October latest, and that's simply not good enough for Liverpool Football Club. Last night we finally saw Luis Diaz and absolutely deserved the man of match for me. He was sensational. I think he got the man of match actually on Twitter on playing the match for Liverpool, and deservedly so. He was fantastic. I thought he was brilliant all night. We need to see more of that for Diaz. We need to see, obviously we need that for Liverpool for the rest of the season in terms of go win this league. It'd be brilliant if he started picking up form, Gakpo back as well. But just for him, I think he needs to do it now for the end of the season to say, look, I want to stay here. And Liverpool fans say, all right, you've showed us a little bit more. But we need to see it next. If you do stay here, Lewis, we need to see it again next season. Don't just drop off because you've got you secured your future at Liverpool. But yeah, Curtis Jones slotted in at right back. We spoke about this before the game, and I funnily put a tweet out actually saying if Curtis Jones plays well at right back, it wouldn't surprise me if FSG saw this guy as an option in the summer. I can see the reports already in the summer saying, "Oh, Trent's gone, but we're happy with what we've got because Curtis Jones can fill him at right back as well." And funnily enough, he had a pretty decent game. And Slot actually mentioned after the match we'd actually looked at Curtis Jones at right back before. It wouldn't surprise me, and I say people thought I was joking online, but I actually technically it's a joke. I'm saying tongue in cheek, but in the back of my mind, it could be seen as true because don't you dare FSG, by the way, don't you dare. Curtis Jones not a right back. He did a good job last night. He did a good job of where he is. I thought he suited more than Endo would because of his ability to see a pitch from a wide perspective and his attacking ability as well. I thought he played very well. For the majority of the team played okay. I thought Van Dijk and Konate, like I said, had the moments. Salah was off it again. Salah's just, I don't know. Has he run out of steam? I don't know. He was off it again. The midfield, again, Szoboszlai was shit. And I fucking love Szoboszlai, but Szoboszlai were bad. And this is why a lot of people are thinking about, get some competition for Szoboszlai in that 10 position. But maybe move Szoboszlai back. I think he wants a lot of the ball, Szoboszlai, but I just don't think he suits that 10 position as such. I think he needs that 8 position where he can drive onto the ball, a bit like old Steve Gerrard. Not comparing him to Steve Gerrard, as I was nowhere near the levels, but in terms of that being able to go up and down the box, he's got the energy for it. And I think McAllister suits that 10 position more, in my personal opinion, which I'd like to see going forward next season. Maybe if we can get a CDM, push Grav Forens into 8, and maybe McAllister at 10. But Szoboszlai, he's been sensational this season, especially the second half of the season. One of the main reasons why we're staying up there the second half of the season after other people dropping off. But yeah, last night he wasn't good at all. I think the whole midfield wasn't incredible last night. I thought McAllister was probably the best out of a bad bunch. But again, Everton wanted that scrap. Everton got into the scrap. Everton were trying to get into these duels, and exactly like they did in the first game. We didn't forfeit as bad as the first game, but we sort of we still played our game as much as we could, and in the end got the winner. Jota, brilliant goal by the way by Jota. That was the Jota that we used to see. That maze. Forget the finish. The finish is what we used to see with Jota anyway. But that mazy run. He used to do this all the time. This mazy run in and out of players, keeping the ball close to his feet, and the finish as well. Sensational, absolutely sensational. Brilliant goal. He was poor all night though. If I'm honest, Jota was absolutely poor all night. And I'm not going to let the goal distract me for what I saw with Jota and what I saw with Núñez coming on. I think we still need a number 9 in the summer. I think everyone's accepted again. If Jota leaves, we're not too disheartened about it. I'm disheartened at how the drop-off has happened with Jota. That's why I'm disheartened about, because he was so reliable in terms of getting goals, and the injuries have caught up with him, which is a big, big shame. But yeah, took his goal well. I'm so happy for him. I'm hoping to see better performances from him. But yeah, as long as he's scoring goals and winning the games, performances don't really matter until the end of the season. Performances next season where I'm going to be looking at in terms of getting a number 9 in. Salah very quiet. Diaz again, best player on the pitch last night. Everyone else, Kelleher, not really had much to do apart from a couple of times he had to wake up a little bit. But other than that, it was a weird game. It was a weird game because it was a Merseyside derby. It didn't feel like a Merseyside derby. I thought Everton tried getting up for it, but they was very, very dangerous on the break. They were very fast on the break. But other than that, I won't say Liverpool were really troubled. But again, Liverpool didn't play well either. But we got the result. That's all that matters. And it seems to be that, it's been like that for the majority of the season. We've been getting results no matter how we've played. And that's the way Arne Slot's been doing things. Get the job done, get the result, move on. Let's go win this league. But there is obviously worries for next season. Hopefully, because other teams will improve, and we can't play like that all the time without without a little bit of an addition or a little bit of improvement. Right, let's talk about this referee this decade. This referee this decade. Was it Barrett? Barrett the referee, wasn't he? Paul Tini on the VAR. Dickheads. Absolute dickheads. And I'm going to talk about the offside goal for us. I think with the offside goal, by the law, it was offside. By the law, sorry, it was onside. But the law does need to change. Arne Slot has actually said that in the press conference himself. He's actually brought this up when he was a manager of Feyenoord. A goal went against him. He thought it should have been offside. Exactly what happened last night. He said the law needs to change. It should be offside. Technically, Diaz, because Ranfway played at the ball, knowing Diaz was behind him, therefore Diaz is an interfering player. So that law should change. That's on the law. However, it was an onside goal because of the law. Therefore, it technically was a legit goal. The law needs to change. Regarding Beto, I think it looked offside at some angles, looked onside at some angles. We need to see really the line. I think this is where the automated system coming in is key. I think it's coming in. Is it match 32? I think it's coming in automated system. Too late by then. It should have been in ages ago. I think automated system last night would have got a proper, clear-cut view on the Beto incident when he went through one-on-one against Kelleher and scored. But the two incidents I want to talk about, obviously as a Liverpool fan as well, are the Tarkowski disgusting tackle and the tackle from Pickford on Núñez. And I don't want to be talking about referees all the time. I don't, but these referees make it impossible not to talk about them because they're fucking shit. They're shit. They're shit. And they're getting away with it every single week. And all I hear from fans, and I'll say it all the time, if it's Man United benefiting from it, if it's Arsenal benefiting from it, well, I don't give a fuck who it's benefiting. If it's a shit decision and it's a shit referee performance, I'll call it out. I'll call it out. And that's the issue with fans. Some fans like to call it out only for their teams. And when another team gets away with it, or another team benefits from it, or another team, it's against another team, they're quiet about it. And they don't like to talk about it. But I'm always consistent about this. I'll call it out if it's for Arsenal. I'll call it out if it's against Man United. I'll laugh at it if it's Man United, but I'll still call it out at the same time. That referee last night, that Barrett, and the Paul Tini on the VAR was an absolute joke. And what is going to go on here is no accountability again. The FA have apologised. pgmol apologised to Liverpool again. I'm sorry. We get more sorries than fucking Justin Bieber, for fuck's sake. I'm sick of the sorries. Stick your sorry up the ass and fucking sort your refereeing out. Sort your fucking refereeing out. I'm sick of your sorries. I'm sick of your apologies. Because it costs team points. It costs teams going out of the league and costing teams money. That's what it does, essentially. It costs people their jobs. It costs managers their jobs for your shitness. And I'm saying this after a win. But I'm tired of it. I'm tired of talking about referees when it's fucking clear, obvious decisions. Every fucker at home said it was a red card. Every fucker. Duncan Ferguson said it was a red card. The Ref Support UK on fucking Twitter said it's a red card. But not just a dickhead on the pitch not saying it's a red card, but a dickhead in the VAR. Paul Tini. Constantly Paul Tini. Not seeing things. Oh, he is seeing things. He just don't want to throw his friend on the bus. Well, fuck off out of the job then. If you're incompetent and you're not good enough. And listen, I'm getting angry because I'm fucking tired of talking about Liverpool. Tired about fucking referees all the time in Liverpool games and other games as well. It's the talk. We should be talking about the result, the win, get the win, go win the Premier League title. But again, the media after the game and everything today about the Tarkowski incident, and again the fucking Núñez tackle as well. Núñez kicked the ball. Pickford kicked him in the shin, and Núñez got a fucking yellow. I mean, what are we doing here? We praise this league for being the best league in the world, but we have referees like this shit. We have referees like this. It's a fucking joke. Absolute joke. Accountability needs to be had. Things need to change. The laws need to change. And these referees need to be fucking put the fucking ideas up. Big time. And this whole excuse of like, oh, the human human errors and stuff like that. They've got the fucking same video evidence we have. The same video evidence. Every fucker, probably more video evidence that we have. If they're seeing the same video we are at home and coming to a different conclusion, it's them. 99 people, I see it all the time, 99 people out of 100 will say it's a red card that for Tarkowski. The one dickhead that doesn't is the guy that's fucking in charge of it. Big issue. And that Nunes one was even worse. How Nunes got a yellow card for that, for getting kicked, is beyond me. Nothing will change until accountability had. And it's just annoying talking about it every week. But anyway, we won the league. Won the league. We technically nearly won the league, but we won the game. 1-0 victory after Arsenal beating Fulham the night before. Big result. Moving on to next game against Fulham at the weekend. Big game at Craven Cottage. We didn't beat them at home, so it's going to be a tricky game. But last night was absolutely beautiful. Watching Everton lose again, watching us beat them on the way to our 20th league title. And I am absolutely delighted. I'm absolutely delighted what's going on this season. We'll talk about other things in other streams, other things that worry me or that need to be spoken about or need to be debated. But right now, I fucking love it. I fucking love it. And I'll have another drink. I say it's a cup of tea. It's these Everton tears that I've been seeing all online today. You know what the Everton fans are bringing up all day? They're bringing up the fucking the offside goal. By law it wasn't offside, but then they fail to talk about the Tarkowski goal, the Tarkowski red card, and the Pickford tackle on Nunes. One thing we'll always do on talking about is be consistent. If it benefits Liverpool or it goes against Liverpool, I'll call it out if it needs calling out. I think the law should change on the offside. I think the automated system needs to be in quickly. And I think the referees are a joke. But Liverpool are the best team in the league. Liverpool are on course to win the 20th league title, the Premier League title, and come by May, I cannot wait for that parade. Thank you for watching. Smash that like, smash that subscribe button, comment, share, do whatever you can do to help us grow as a channel. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, guys.